Hello everyone. Blindness affects over 40 million people worldwide. My project aims to help the blind and the partially sighted restore their confidence and decrease their dependence on other people. My name's Kevin Pfister. I'm Team Eyesight. I'm representing the United Kingdom, and I would like to talk for a few minutes about my project Senses. There are two big problems that are associated with blindness. Firstly, it can affect anyone at any stage of their lives. Secondly, the UK's largest blindness charity, the Royal National Institute for the Blind, the RNIB, have found that sufferers lose their independence. This could be in their home, at work, and in their social lives. So I'm going to let the facts do the talking here. 2/3 of those that are blind of working age are unemployed. 46% of those have given up their hobbies and interests. To put that into context, that's nearly 20 million people. And then finally, 60% of those that are older never go out on their own because they just don't feel safe. So of course the big question is, what part of going blind is causing this loss of independence, and what can we do about it? So after some research, the RNIB found there's about 4 main reasons that are associated which cause the loss of independence. Firstly, it's harder to socialise with people, mainly because if they don't have a job or they've kind of given up on their hobbies, they're not going out as much, they're not socialising with people. Secondly, they don't feel safe, they don't know what's going on around them. Thirdly, it's harder to perform everyday tasks, such as reading labels, looking at signs, and such like that. And then finally, there's the barrier to entry, which is the usually high cost of specialised equipment dedicated for the blind. So, I'd like to introduce my solution to these problems, Senses. So, of course, what is it? Well, my little tagline is that it's an augmented reality solution for blind and partially sighted individuals to help restore their confidence and independence. What does it do? So, firstly, it has facial recognition, so it allows you to have the confidence to know who is around you. Secondly, it has text recognition, and this can be used to read labels, looking at signs, and such like that. And both of those, the responses are used by text-to-speech to send it and hear it in your ears. And this whole solution is controlled by a mobile phone. Now, how does Senses work? Firstly, there is a lovely pair of sunglasses here with a web camera and a headset attached to it. So you wear these and it connects to the Senses device. The facial recognition part is connected to Facebook. So it logs into your Facebook profile and goes through each of your friends, downloading several images for each one of them. And all of the processing is distributed between the e-box and the cloud. And all of this is then controlled by a mobile phone with a unique tactile-based user interface. So let me just run through the physical architecture of my solution. As you can see, it's split into 3 main points. Firstly, on the back end, we have the really processor-intensive tasks, and these are pushed out into cloud services. And these include image analysis, facial recognition, and text recognition. Then we have the embedded device in the middle, and this attaches to the headset that I've just shown, the web camera, and it handles most of the data communications. And then on the front end, we have a mobile device with the tactile user interface, and this is coupled with a variety of other services, such as a high-resolution camera for the capturing of text, and also for emergency systems, there's a GPS kind of system built in. So I've now talked about the physical architecture, so I'd like to run through the user experience by a demo. Okie doke. So what we have is, I'm just going to say, I've just gone out and bought myself an e-box. the Senses solution, which is powered by the e-box. So first off, with the help of the sales staff or a member of the Senses team, we go about registering your product and assigning some kind of details, such as your Facebook login information. So we launch the website, we register as a new user, and then we fill in some details. So I'll just do this quickly. Okay, so now we've registered, and then that kind of gets encrypted, sent it off to the server, and that gets associated with your Senses device. So let's see what's now going to happen on the server. So what it's going to do is go using your Facebook details, log into your Facebook account, and then start processing your friends' images to kind of help with the facial recognition. So I'll just launch a console to what's happening in the cloud. So as you can see, it's now going through all my lovely Facebook friends. This takes a little while, but it downloads several images for each. So while that's going on, I'm just going to set up my device on this e-box, and for the demo purposes, normally for the final solution this would just launch straight into the application. However, for the purpose of the demo, I'm just going to launch it. Just got to wait for the server to get up and running. Okay. So when I launch the e-box, the application on it, you'll hear what will actually be said into your ear.
Welcome to Senses, version 1.2, an augmented reality system for blind and partially sighted individuals, pairing Bluetooth devices. Senses is now operational.
Okay, so now Senses on the device is now connected to the server and it's up and running. So the first thing I want to show you is the facial recognition. So what would happen is you'd normally be wearing the glasses, walking around looking at your friends. However, for this, I'm just going to show it looking at myself. So to visualize this, I'm going to open another console window which shows what's happening behind the scenes with the facial recognition. Okay, so you get a lovely kind of view of the side of my laptop at the moment. Okay, so what I'm going to do is look at myself with the camera. You should see it lock on, and then it's going to use text-to-speech to say my name, send it to the device, and then you should all hear it. So let's give it a go. So as you can see, it's locked on. There's a kind of little rectangle around me, and it should be sending it to the device as we speak.
I can't see Kevin Pfister.
There we go. That's facial recognition in action. So the second part I want to talk about is the tactile phone user interface. So if I just launch the application now on the phone, then I'll talk about it while it's loading. Okay. So what's happening is when I contacted the RNIB, they told me the cost of specialized hardware, especially mobile phones, is several $100s more than a regular phone. So what I designed was to allow a regular touchscreen phone to be used by those with vision problems. So what we have here is the Senses user interface. How it works is when you move your fingers over each of these buttons, the phone vibrates, so tactile feedback, and then it sends a message to the Senses device, and it will actually play in your ear the audio. So what I'll do is I'll kind of move my finger over a few, and you should hear them.
Current time. Voice recognition. Phone functionality. Exit application.